Let's start with defense though. I mean, a lot of guys have come in here and just talked about how they feel like you've taken on more of a leadership role. And do you feel that you have been doing that? And just how's the defense looking from your perspective?
We're looking way better. Just from just doing a lot of things together, coming together. We also been having a lot of meetings with each other, just to bring our communication up to point. With the leadership thing, I just try to make sure everybody's in the right path. Just making sure that everybody is doing everything right, and we try to keep each other going, in the right path.
Sure.
I'm sure when you went into last year, you didn't expect the defense to do what it did. What do you think is different? Like, what's the different feeling about why this defense will be different this year?
I feel like the love for the game is there. A lot of us wasn't together, at that time. So now it's like we more of a, like a team that want to win. And the one thing we did as a team, as a group, was just try to like get to know each other better. Knowing that, what happened last year, we can't let that happen again. So we just try to, bring us back together.
Sean, one thing I am curious about is Coach talked about he wants to play tighter coverage, right? What is the key to that? Is it a confidence thing? Is it, I mean, yeah, there's ability too, but how much of it is just a mindset of being able to get tighter to your guy?
With that, it's just us playing like a, different type of coverage. He don't want us to give other teams space, nothing like that, to do anything. So he wants us to, get up in their face and show what we can do.
Yeah, obviously y'all brought in Ryan from Ohio State. What has he brought to the team? Having a bigger guy out there along with you. Just what have your impressions been of him?
He brings a lot to the team. He brings a lot of leadership. He brings a lot of like confidence to the team. Just shutting down, that side of the field. So he's done a great job. He's one guy that, he also taught me a lot too, with, just confidence and stuff. So he brought a lot to the team.
How did I guess he teach you, in terms of maybe being more confident?
Just being able to, lock down my side. Knowing that, a lot of people, much taller than me, I try to act like I'm a bigger player out there too. So that's what he brought to me.
Sean, Sark has talked a lot about forcing turnovers and the ball being important on defense. Have you guys done anything different this camp to emphasize forcing turnovers? And in the live periods, do you feel like you guys are doing a better job of going for the strip or being in position to go make a play on the ball?
Yes, I feel like we did a lot better this camp. The one thing we try to create as a group is everyone running to the ball, 11 guys running to the ball. So that's all we practice on, just everybody running to the ball. Everybody at least getting a punch at the ball, a strip, something.
And Deshaun, I know you're a big social media guy, and I saw you quote tweet the Texas Longhorns football account for the videos they make. Can you just speak about the type of content they create, and do y'all watch them as like a group, or how do y'all see their videos and stuff like that?
We all watch them as a group. Sometimes we send it to each other and just, just show each other like what's going on. So, we be in the locker room, we be like, oh, look at this video and stuff. So, yeah, we, like it's really nothing.
So when you see the camera like on the field, do you try to play cool as a player? Do you kind of embrace the camera? How do you do that?
At certain moments, I try to embrace the camera. Sometimes I just try to play it cool because, at certain moments I have to, be serious and lock into the field. So whenever I have time to, I just do it, and whenever I have time to not do it, I don't do it.
Who are the guys at punt returner and kick returner that have impressed you this preseason camp?
I had to say the younger guys who came in, they showed that they could at least come back there and, you know what I'm saying, show something just in case, you know, worst case scenario that something happened to one of us, they could go back there and we have, you know what I'm saying, we still have that same confidence in them. So I definitely say the young guys came in and showed something.
It's trying to be easy not to have a high confidence level based off of the results last year. Where do you feel like the confidence level of this team is, you know, as the season approaches?
The confidence is very high. Just based off the type of camp that we have, we worked on a lot of things that was hurting us last year. So we focused on that. You know, we went with it, and now it's like our confidence is up there now. So like all I gotta say is we ready for the season.
You've been part of winning teams, obviously, prior to last season. Do you feel like there's more of a winning mindset that you're seeing, you know, this year as opposed to maybe last year?
Oh, the mindset of winning is always gonna be there. We just gotta execute it and go out there and show what we could do on the field.
How has this week just been different compared to the other weeks of camp so far?
Yeah, you know, obviously, it's been a great week for me and the team. You know, I feel like once Sark kind of named the starter and whatnot, and it's kind of gotten a little easier for at least me. You know, obviously Hudson's a great quarterback, and I'm excited to still grow off of each other. And you know, but this week's been a lot of fun.
What was that moment like for you, you know, last Friday? Did he bring you all together and do it at the same time, or did he kind of speak to you individually? And I guess how did you react in that moment?
Yeah, he spoke to us individually, and he just kind of wanted to respect, you know, me and Hudson. And yeah, I'm just super excited. Super excited for this year.
Quinn, how would you just describe this is a whole different setup than last year, you know? I mean, you probably didn't think you were going to play a lot, but here you expected to come in playing, right? And then to win the job, and just how different has it been on the whole atmosphere here?
Yeah, for sure. You know, this has obviously been a dream for me. Growing up, I was a huge Longhorn fan, and you know, I'm just excited to have the opportunity, and you know, God bless me, and I'm just super humbled and excited.
Jake said that early on you were a little shy, is the word he used. How do you develop as a more vocal leader as you're kind of going through the process of coming to a new school and trying to take over as a starting quarterback?
Yeah, it's a good question. You know, I see myself as like a laid-back kind of person, just kind of roll with the flow. But obviously, you know, being a quarterback, you can't always be like that. And yeah, it definitely took some time, just trying to like get to know the guys. And it was easy because I came and I had a good friend of mine from Southlake, and Andre Carrick, and having him introduce me to the guys, and you know, kind of grow friendships from him. And obviously, as I got to know other people, it kind of just broke out after that. And you know, I feel like I have a bunch of good relationships and a bunch of lifetime long relationships that I'm excited to see how they play out.
Match got the offense. What do you feel good about, you know, with this offense?
Yeah, you know, I really enjoy Sark's offense and the way he calls plays, and you know, how aggressive he is sometimes, and he's conservative at the same time. And you know, I'm just excited for the first game.
I mean, how's it, you know, preparing as a college quarterback different than preparing as a high school quarterback? Just talk about the film work that you've had to put in, and then all the extra stuff that you have to do.
Yeah, for sure. It's a lot different than high school, obviously. And you know, I haven't really had much time to just think back and what I would used to do for high school. Obviously, Southlake, I feel like Coach Riley Dodge really helped me kind of go into what it would be like as a college quarterback. You know, we watched film a lot, even in the off time, and which helped me a lot. But yeah, there's a big difference. There's a lot more studying you have to do, and you know, look for a lot more tendencies than you would. And because you know, in high school, defenses play 3 different coverages, and that's it. But college, they can do whatever they want because they have so much more time to coach their players. Yeah.
How much extra throwing did you find yourself doing after practice during training camp and really the entire offseason?
Yeah, for sure. Me and the receivers in Hudson, we stayed after every practice and just kind of worked on, you know, some deep balls, and even the running backs with, you know, some check downs or whatnot. But yeah, we put in a good amount of extra work after practice.
Obviously, you're no stranger to height and pressure and expectations, but now that you are, starting quarterback at Texas, you're a week out from your first game. Does it feel any different? Does the pressure and expectations feel like they've cranked up a little bit? Or are you still trying to treat it the same way in terms of how you approach that?
Yeah, I honestly, it doesn't feel much different for me, and I don't think it will. But obviously, it's definitely a lot bigger of a stage right now. But as of right now, I try to stay out of all the buzz and stuff like that. But
And then obviously, you have a guy like Bijan in the backfield to hand it off to, and a lot of other great running backs. But how much of a luxury, especially for going in your first season as a starter, does it for you to have him back there?
yeah, it definitely makes things a lot easier having a great player in Bijan. He's just a wonderful player, and I'm excited to be in the backfield with him.
And you spoke about just the buzz, and people have been talking about you since high school. I just want to know, what is it like just being Quinn Ewers?
I think it's I don't know. It's just me. I try to stay out of all that. So I try to not focus on the outside noise and just focus on the team.
What's been the craziest thing that's happened so far, though?
The craziest?
Yeah. Whether it's
In what aspect?
on campus or, I don't know. You tell me. What's been the craziest thing that's happened?
Not much has really happened on campus. I walk to class with my headphones in and
Yeah.
head down and just keep going.
Just keep
Not
going.
much.
What's one thing you from your semester in Columbus that helped you kind of adjust to college, especially here, and what's something that's like way different? Like what did you learn that you brought? You're like, okay, this is how college locker rooms work. What's something like that?
Yeah, definitely the semester I was at Ohio State helped me a lot, actually, and I'm grateful for that. And then coming in here, basically a freshman, it really helped me. It was kind of like a learning stone for me, and I'm super grateful for my time at Ohio State.
Even with the spending a year there early, did it help that a lot of the guys who are making that adjustment were guys who were going to be in your class back in when you were going to be a 2022 prospect? Does it help to see a lot of familiar faces go through that same adjustment with you?
Yeah, for sure. It definitely helped a lot. Definitely felt like I was ahead of the curve when I got here.
What are your, you mentioned growing up a Texas fan, what are your most vivid memories of being a Texas fan from your growing up?
A couple of my most vivid memories are probably just the Colt McCoy and Shipley, the Shipley days, watching them connect. It was just electrifying to watch.
What do you, I mean, you were obviously pretty young when Colt was here, but what do you kind of take away from watching Colt? And Colt obviously went through a lot here as well,
Yeah.
and being in that position. And have you talked to him at all?
Yeah, I've talked to him a little bit, not a whole lot, but he's a great quarterback, and obviously he knows what he's doing. He's been in the league for a while now, and just the stuff that he's told us, I try to take into account and do it.
Does Texas win that game in 09 if Colt's up there?
Yeah.
Quinn, you got to see BY today, is that right?
Mhm.
What's that kind of experience like for you getting to chat with him?
Yeah, it's actually it's wild, from all the stuff that he's done here and all the stuff I've seen. I was pretty young. I was like 2 whenever he won the Natty, but just seeing him and I got to say hello, and it's good to see him. And he just said, "Don't be nervous, just play your game." And it's cool. It's cool to see players like him come back and still support this university.
Obviously you have us, you meet with us, you have LHN, you have Wrangler, you have Fortnite. It looks like, and you have class, you have practice. I mean, it seems like there's not a lot of time to stop and breathe. Do you allow yourself the time to kind of step back and just chill out a little bit? And how do you do that? And how do you unwind and make sure that this doesn't become too much before the season even begins? Yeah,
for sure. And most of that stuff that was filmed was we did it over the summer, so I haven't had a whole lot of stuff to do, and I have a good group of people in my corner, so having those people really makes it a lot easier on me.
I know you give glory to God a lot, and you have that Luke verse tatted on you. What is that verse?
It's the kingdom of God is within you. It's when the Palestinians thought that God was only in the future but not in the present. And, when I read that, it really just hit me.
How so? Why personally?
Yeah, and it's through your actions, you just don't want to be focused on your future, but you want to live through God, if that makes sense.
You anxious? What's the right word? I mean, it's been a minute since you played a real football game.
Excited, not anxious. Obviously there's going to be butterflies in the locker room and in that first play, but after the first play, it's just, back to the basics.
For you and your teammates, do you feel like at practice now that game time's getting closer, you feel things getting more intense, or has it just been just go time from the very beginning?
Yeah, it's a good question. I feel like it hasn't changed that much, in my opinion. But obviously, next week is obviously going to be different just because we're preparing for a game. But as of right now, not much has really changed. We're all pretty excited and amped up for this year and for the outcome.
Quinn, what's the strongest part about your game that you think of?
Strongest part of my game? I think the strongest part of my game is you can never tell if we're down by 3 touchdowns or if we're up by 5 touchdowns. I feel like I'm pretty even keel when it comes to playing football.
On the flip side of that, what do you think you need to work on most to be an elite quarterback at the college level?
Yeah, for sure. It's a good question. And probably just being more that vocal leader. I feel like I'm a good leader by example, but, just taking that extra step and, being more vocal.
Is it might be unfair to say, but do you consider yourself an introvert, like generally? Or like slightly?
With people I don't know, for sure.
Yeah. What's it like being in this position as QB1 at Texas when you have to kind of have all the responsibilities that come with that?
Yeah, obviously it's a big step and it's a big change from what I'm used to. But going back to the good group of people I have behind me and these great teammates, I feel like I have a good group of friends and a good group of people behind me. So